G'day legends. Today's video is a bit of a different one. Just haven't really put out a video recently, and yeah, I thought I'd give a channel update of where we're going and what's been happening and all that sort of stuff, and what we're doing going into 2024. Hopefully it will be another good year. This year's definitely been a good one. It's definitely been a big adventure, starting again in a new place. It's been fantastic, and yeah, couldn't be happier. Got ourselves a nice place, and yeah, and going into next year, I've made the decision that it's time for me to give up alcohol. At least only drink on special occasions like birthdays and things like that, because the problem is like alcohol's sort of like a trap in a way. You know, you come home on the weekend on a Friday night and you have a few drinks, and you know, if you do that every weekend, you sort of get into this place where your body's not really recovering for it. I remember back when I was like 20, 21 years old, you know, and I rarely ever drank. I went out to friends' parties and I drank and whatever, but yeah, I never like drank a lot. Yeah, I used to drink Mercury cider, which is 2.4 standard drinks in a can. I'd drink one of those and I'd be done, you know. But you know, as life gets harder and stressful, and you start to have to be an adult, you know, and you feel the heavy burden. You start to think, oh, well, I'll come home on a Friday night, I'll have a glass of wine, and then the more times you do that, the more you have to drink in order to get the same high. It's not the same high it used to be, where you just drink a can of cider. Now you have to drink like 4 cans or maybe even 6, and it's not good. I always said anything in moderation is okay, and it depends on the person. And also, when you go down that path, you know, if you're always on the weekend, if you're always drinking and the next day you're hungover, you know, you're not really present, and that can really affect the people around you. And you know, I've decided for me, for my partner, for everyone, that it's time to take a long break, to only drink when it's special occasions and only have a couple. And yeah, and for my overall health as well. You know, a lot of people used to say alcohol was good for you. I mean, that's been the thing for ages. You know, you look back in I guess the old days, 120 years ago, maybe 200 years ago, people used to give their kids alcohol because it was more safer than drinking water, because water was often full of bacteria and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's not a new thing, but the data's come in, and everyone knows that it's no good for your liver, it's no good for anything like that. And also, I'm at a point in my life where I actually want to be in control of my life. See, when you're addicted to something, like, you know, I used to be a weed smoker. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I used to smoke cigarettes. When you're addicted to anything, it's like you have shackles on all the time. You're bound by it constantly, and that's not a place where I want to be. I don't want to, you know, I gave up cigarettes, and it was the best thing I ever did. And already, like, to make this decision that this is what I'm going to do, this is where I'm going in life, this is not a path I'm going to go down, it's just so liberating, because you suddenly feel like the shackles are off. You can go anywhere you want in life. I'll still have an occasional drink when I go out to parties, but it'll be very minimal. And that's the way I want it to be. I want to go back to when I drank very, very rarely, once in a blue moon, and I could have just a Smirnoff or a cider, and that was it. And after that, I was done. So yeah. And the thing about any addiction, whether it's alcohol, cigarettes, caffeine, illicit drugs, where addiction stems from, and I'm a big believer of this, is your belief system. You know, like I drink on the weekends, but I know I don't need to drink during the week, because it's that knowing that I don't need it, that belief that I don't need it. See, when you get addicted to something like drugs, alcohol, caffeine, it's because you've convinced yourself that you can't live without it, that you need it. So the only way to break that is to prove yourself wrong and prove that you can live without it. Prove to yourself. Change your beliefs. Because yeah, that was definitely the case with me with cigarettes, was just being able to realize that I could live without it. I lived without it all my life until I was like 21 and I took up smoking, you know. So that's my big plan going forward. That's one of the highlights going forward into 2024. The second one is me and Shalina have decided we're going to start a business. We're not going to push you to buy our products. We want to keep making great content, camping and outdoors. We're starting an online business called Tactical 4x4 Accessories, and our aim and our goal is to be able to make kitting out your four-wheel drive with like rock sliders and bull bars and things like that more affordable. Because you go to ARB, right? Let's say you're just getting into four-wheel driving. You go to ARB and you want to put a bull bar on your car. Well, it's going to cost you a couple of grand. But let's say you're just getting into four-wheel driving and you don't really know what it is, like whether it's for you or whatever, then you know you want an alternative to see what it's like, to see if this works for you. And we want to do that. It's just like Adventure Kings. Adventure Kings, they make it more affordable and make it easier for people to get out and do it. And that's our goal by starting this business. It's going to start small, but we're going to grow it. And hopefully, yeah, good things will come and we can turn our passion into a business and things like that. And like I said, I won't use this channel to push it. I'm not going to force you to buy our products or anything like that. But if you want to, then that's great. And also going forward on the subject of this channel, I just want to say thank you very much to everyone who's subscribed and likes the content that we put out. Because like when I started this channel, really I never intended for it to even grow at all, to be honest. I was just putting out like one of my big videos about the conversion on the Hilux is one of my most viewed videos. I basically put that video out with the intention of showing people that conversion was possible. Because when I was going to do the conversion, there was no videos on it. There was no information on it. The only information I could find was a article in Four Wheel Drive Action magazine, and that was it. Other than that, there was not a lot of information out there. So that was my goal, and I never set out to make money out of this channel. I never set out to, you know, you'll never hear me say hit that like and subscribe button, because at the end of the day, I'm just grateful that people like the content, and that's what matters. If I can help someone out, that's what matters most to me. So yeah, I can't thank you enough for the support, and we're going to keep it going. We're going to start a second channel that is purely focused on the business. And yeah, we'll watch this space, because good things are to come. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and yeah, I'll see you again in the next video. See ya.